Thank you very much. Makes you wonder how I kept a job. This has been a wonderful day. We've spent most of the day with his worship. Sorry, I almost called it his worshipful. Because the lady next to him, the wife of a counselor, called it the Honorable Poobah. Anyhow, it's been a wonderful day, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Your Worship. It's a delight to be here. Before I start, I'd like to thank Councilman Darcy Wagstaff and Chris Leeds for giving us lessons in the English language. That's tough duty, really. You know, you live in an area here where there are a lot of nationalities, and for a wasp like myself from Victoria to try and pronounce those with a speech impediment would be very difficult. So I compliment you for what you've done. Anyhow, thank you very much. And I thank you. Unfortunately, the MLA and the MP can't be here this evening. They were there earlier today. Mayor and council members and their wives, and past mayors and council members. It's an interesting way of calling people to the dinner table, naming the tables after those that have gone before, and always contributed. I'd like to begin with thanking you for a very warm welcome you offered to us today. One of the things that Linda and I have been truly enjoying about this job, it's not really a job, it's an appointment. And we didn't ask for it, but we are absolutely delighted to accept the responsibility of the role as Lieutenant Governor and her honor. It's a wonderful experience. And we've met so many nice people. The other piece of good news is they pay me. And I'm a federal employee. I'm not paid for the province, so I'm not ripping off. However, if you do happen to run into a guy named Harper, you can tell him I need a raise. We have had the opportunity to travel around this province, as I indicated to a number of people. Calgary and Edmonton kind of take care of themselves in regards to official functions. We passed the word very early on. We wanted to get out into rural areas. Starting last fall, we've been to places like Acme, Castor, Redwater, Dewsbury. All of these places, the first question I ask the staff after we say we're going is, where is it? Show me on a map. And we've been to, Wembley, just west of Grand Prairie, to the Dinosaur Organization. And it's important, I think, because you folks are the epitome of rural Alberta. You know, we just think it's great to come and break bread with you and to participate in your anniversary. You know, it's a big thing to you to crack open the capsule, the time capsule. It will be 25 years from now. Geez, you try to do that in Edmonton or Calgary, I think you're weird. Maybe you are. Anyhow, it's your thing. And I just hope that 25 years from now I'll still be around so I can hobble in and watch. The mayor doesn't know, but I'm going to send a letter, okay, ask him to put it in the barrel, and we'll see where we are. I guess you should address it to my grandkids. Anyhow, it's wonderful to be in Alberta, in rural Alberta, and as I mentioned, we've done that. We have the advantage of having access to the government Alberta air fleet. We flew in this afternoon, or this morning, whatever, and the aircraft just sits there and waits. The pilots usually find a bar. Being unfair, they don't find a bar. And we'll fly home whatever time we finish. Okay, it's great. We're off and running tomorrow to Edson. Good wife. she knew Edmonton better than I did, because I was away quite a bit, as you heard, and she had got up there to visit one of our sons. And Edmonton kind of grows out there. We have the official residence there, paid for by you Alberta taxpayers. Thank you very much. And we've enjoyed it. But we did keep our house in Calgary. It's contracted, of course, not at your expense, to somebody to take care of it and so forth, and we call it our timeshare. So it's kind of neat, like tomorrow night we'll go home and sleep in our own bed. I called Alberta for home for pretty well all of my life. When we came back from Germany in 1963, we, in fact, were posted to Victoria, my hometown. Linda had given birth to our oldest son in Germany. Our second son was born in Victoria. I think I was in Cyprus at the time, or whatever. So we knew Victoria very well. And make a long story short, when we were eventually going to retire, we were going to retire in Victoria. But we had a house in Calgary that tried to sell a couple of times. We got it fixed up. And to be quite frank, it's fixed up just the way we want it. The kids have flown the coop. They're allowed to come back once in a while. And we got it just the way we want it. We looked at each other and said, we know how to go to Victoria. Those of you who have been to Victoria, it sounds great to go out to Lotus Land. But we found when we were there, you get cabin fever. You want to get off the island, it costs you $100 to get on the ferry, etc., etc., etc. Besides, there are a bunch of pompous Brits. God, I hope there's no Brits in here. I can say that. My father was a Brit, my mother was Scotch, and so forth, but we lived there for a long time. I think I'm unaware of that. In our travels, and we've traveled quite a bit, it's been a lot of travel for Linda and our two sons, Daryl and Douglas, as well. In fact, Linda packed up and moved the Ethell family, usually with me already deployed somewhere, 18 times during the course of my military career. With all of the relocations, and the furniture gets damaged every time it gets moved, which is bad, except she wants to buy new stuff. With all the relocations, we really didn't enjoy as many opportunities as we would have liked to explore in this wonderful province we now call home. And we've called home for a long, long time. We're working to rectify that situation now. We have wall maps of the province at home and in the legislative office where we've been marking all the spots we visited for official events. As I mentioned, we want to get outside of the main centers, and we're doing that. We're extremely pleased to be able to put a pin in the map through the heart of Trochu. That's not a good way of putting it. Yeah, Trochu, all right? And Three Hills, that's blue, meaning we've been there. Three Hills gets a yellow pin. What's the difference? Yellow pin means we've landed there, but we haven't done anything. Blue means we've been there. By the way, when we were flying in, we were looking down at Three Hills, and we were kidding the pilots when they came out to let us out. You got the wrong place, because we could only find 2 hills. You got it. We're landing at 2 hills. No, 2 hills is further north. Anyhow, we did make it in. We're glad to put a pin in the map saying we've been to Trochu. We've already discussed some things in this area that we really appreciate. We had the pleasure of going this afternoon to a seniors residence, and we also were at Armando's and Holly's facility for half an hour just to rest and recuperate. He showed me a shotgun. God, if I was 50 years older, younger, and he showed me a shotgun, I would have been going hell-bent for leather over there. Anyhow, I think Trochu is a marvelous town. I appreciate the fact that it's named after a military man. I know he proved himself in battle as a cavalry officer in his native France before immigrating to Alberta, and he also played a central role in settling the area. I also appreciate that Trochu is a town that regularly champions worthy causes. I understand that you've come together as a town over the years to support many important initiatives, and not the least of which is the restoration of St. Anne Ranch. It seems to me you throw your hearts into everything you do to win this magnificent facility. Whether it's raising funds for the Children's Hospital in Edmonton and Calgary, turning Trochu into the pinkest town in the West in support of breast cancer research. And I think that's wonderful. And you should be proud of it. You know, you've got his worship, the mayor, and his son that wearing the pink tie very proudly. And how come the rest of you haven't got pink ties? Well, you show the flag very well. And of course the gardens. We're building other great recreational, cultural, and community facilities that do so much to strengthen the quality of life enjoyed by all residents. I'm aware that many people have had a hand in developing all of the elements that make Trochu an outstanding place to call home. That includes all of the leaders, the current incumbents, and council members being honored this evening's past and present. As Her Majesty the Queen's representative in Alberta, it's my pleasure to thank the members of the past and current town administrations for your considerable service to the people of Trochu. I'd also like to thank everyone here this evening who has contributed time, energy, and enthusiasm as a community volunteer. To all who have served, please know that your strong citizenship is very important and it's greatly appreciated. Finally, to all residents of Trochu, congratulations on a century of success and best wishes for continued progress and prosperity well into the future. And a special thank you for letting Linda and I share with you today. Good day.